I think if I died tomorrow, I'd be happy. Like, I'm happy that I was able to achieve something that I didn't think that I could ever have achieved in my lifetime. Hi, my name is Eric Blanc and I am a creative director. I am the founder of Eric Blanc. I started my own fashion line under that name. I'm also a freelance stylist, a plus size model, and everything else under that. Both my parents are Samoan, and I was always surrounded by fashion through my mother. She was a big influence in, I guess, shaping my aesthetic. Obviously growing up in the church as well, I was always wearing suits, so I was always put together, I guess, in a way. I didn't see my culture represented in the couture fashion industry. So for me, it was really important that if I was gonna do something, if I was gonna create my own line, my own collection, that I could see it in the magazines of Vogue. The masterful collection was a love letter to my mother. She was definitely an influence in how this was created. Each look has a specific look, and that's all kind of a representation of who she is as a Polynesian woman. So she was a vital part of how this collection came about. Obviously with designing the collection, there was a lot of other pieces that was missing in creating it, which is why I collaborated with Sophia Marina Marcos. She's a couture designer as well. A highlight of my career is definitely being featured online on Vogue Italia. That's definitely one of the highlights of my career this far, as well as all the support that I've had from my Pacific community worldwide. Obviously in my mind, in my heart, that's where I always wanted to go. And for it to end up in Vogue, for me as a up-and-coming designer for my first collection, I think that's an achievement that I still till this day I can't believe it. Like, I'm still in shock that it's gone that far. So the tapa cloth for me was something that I always had seen at like weddings or funerals, so major events. That's ideally what the tapa cloth is used for. So it was something that I grew up with. I didn't understand a lot of it until I did a bit more research into the tapa cloth itself. I always knew what it was used for, but just knowing the value of the tapa cloth within our Pacific culture made me want to make it more special for people to see. My culture is who I am, and I wanted to bring Polynesian or Pacific culture to the forefront of the fashion industry. I wanted some change. I wanted people to see something different, something that's culture. Couture is not just for the European and the American markets. It's not just for these major designers. We can still create amazing couture pieces as well. The Masterful name means queen in Samoan. At the studio, looking at it all together and seeing it, I was like, this gives me power, this gives me strength, this gives me love, this gives me culture. Masterful is a Samoan word. It's a Pacific collection. That was the only name that I knew that I was going to go with once it came to mind.